In today's video, I want to talk about the #1 reason why you should not move to Dubai. And I'm going to give you an overview of who I personally, at least from just living here for the last 7-8 months, who I see would fit Dubai really well and who I wouldn't. Because, you see the lifestyle online, you see all the Instagram photos, you see all the TikTok videos, and you think, hey, Dubai, that's a place for me. I need to go there. But truth be told, I don't think Dubai is for majority of people. And so that's, what I'm going to dive into today. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Rasmus. I'm the owner of Minix. That's a performance marketing agency where we specialize in helping e-commerce brands scale through UGC videos and paid advertising. Also, if you do end up liking this video and find some value from it, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. That would massively help me out. And if you have any questions, make sure to just leave them down below. I'll read all comments and respond to all questions. So if there's anything you want to talk about after watching the video, just leave them down below and we can have a quick chat. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. So most of the people that I see moving to Dubai, they're business owners. I'm a business owner. That's sort of the circles I surround myself in, and most of the people I know that moves here run some sort of business, and generally just all my friends are some sort of business owners. Now, I do also know a couple, super normal people that are just employees. Some are teachers, some study at university. But the one thing I see that people have in common when they move here is that they all have some sort of goal to get to a better place than what they were in when they actually got to Dubai. And most people, whether they run their own business or they are employed, most of them have some sort of vision to get to the next level in terms of financial freedom, especially if you're a business owner moving here, right? Because you have the 0% tax in Dubai, and generally you're just around a bunch of entrepreneurs who run their own business, and so you can kind of feed off that, right? But you do have different incentives, and it's not only financial. I see a lot of people coming here also like to get to a different level spiritually or mentally, or just having a much better quality of life than what they would have at home because there's no income tax, right? But business owners do definitely have a much bigger incentive when we here, because they don't have to rely on just saving money to get to another financial level. They just have to focus on increasing their earning capacity. And so what I mean by that is, if you're trying to take your business from, let's say, 10K to 100K per month, right? Now, I'm in the process myself of trying to take my business. Right now, we do like 35K a month. I'm trying to take my business to 100K per month end of this year, right? That's my goal. And so my personal incentive being here is not so much just saving up money, because the money is actually kind of irrelevant for me. My biggest incentive being here is actually just my purchasing power and me having a better opportunity to increase my earning capacity. And so what I mean with, saving money is kind of irrelevant. Like, don't get me wrong, of course you should save a little bit of money. But if you're a business owner, for example, and this is the logic I'm kind of going through trying to scale my own business, right, up to 100K per month, is that, let's say I'm doing 10K per month and I'm trying to get to 100K. If I saved hypothetically every single penny up to 100K, maybe I would have saved up 400 grand, 300. Let's just say 400, right? A lot of money. Like, that would be a lot of money, right? But when I get to 100K, let's say I have 0 saved up, when I hit 100K per month, I could hypothetically, assuming I'm not spending anything, which I know is not possible, but let's just go with the example. If I make 100K per month, I can save that money up in 4 months. So like, I can literally like that just save up 400K and I would have the same. So my whole incentive being here is that my purchasing power is much greater than what it would have been being back home in Denmark, for example. And also that I'm surrounded by a bunch of different entrepreneurs that are doing a lot more money and making a lot more money than I am, but also just being around a lot of different entrepreneurs, like, and just being in an environment where you feel inspired, right? And that will help me get to 100K much faster. And not only will that put me on a next level in terms of financial freedom, but it will also evolve me as a person, right? Because me making 100K per month or making multiple 7 figures a year, which is where I want to get to, will require something of me that I have never experienced before. So I will have to force myself to become a better version of myself, right? And it's the same thing I kind of see with employees living here, is that, yeah, sure, they might not have the same incentive in terms of increasing their earning capacity, even though if you're an employee, you can for sure still focus on growing your income instead of just trying to save $5 here and $10 here. But what I hear from the super normal people, like employees just living here, they can do one of two things. They can either save up the same amount of money as they did back home, but have a much better quality of life because the spending power is just much greater here because there's no crazy income tax, or they can save up even more money than what they're used to and then, live normal life like they used to do. So they can do sort of either or. And so that really leads me to the question, like what it is Dubai. And that was something I kind of thought about while I was making this video. And I came to the conclusion that I think Dubai is a place that offers you an opportunity like no place else really, for you to have the highest opportunity to grow as an individual. And that might be financially, that might be mentally, that might be spiritually. It can be a lot of different things, right? But I think Dubai really is the hub for people trying to make something of themselves and to become a better version or become better just in general than what they were when they actually got to Dubai. And that's also my whole vision. It's like, I want to leave Dubai in a better position than what I were in when I got here, right? And so that kind of is the reason why I don't think everyone should move here, is that if you're not looking to actually grow as an individual and you don't have a very clear vision of what you want to achieve in Dubai, then I don't think you should move here. Like, you're not moving here for the same reasons that you would, move from California to Texas or move from Barcelona to Madrid. Like, it's not like that, because you might move from one part of Spain to another part of Spain, or move from one state in the US to another state in the US because you like the area and you can see yourself with a family there, for example. Most people don't do that. That's not the reason why they actually move to Dubai. Like 90% of people living in Dubai are expats, and a vast majority of those people also leave again. Like you could probably pretty confidently say like 90+% of the people that gets here also leaves again in a shorter time frame than what would usually be normal. So most people come here with some sort of end date, and I also have an end date, to be quite frank. Like, my goal was to be here for 3 years, have a net worth of $2 million, and then just leave. Now, what I think happens to a lot of people that actually move here is that they will have some sort of end date and then extend it. And I think that's probably also gonna be what happens to me, just because I like being here so much. But I do know that I personally would not raise a family here in Dubai. Like, there's just not the same homey feel to it like I'm used to back in Europe. I would probably settle down in something like Spain. I probably would never go back to Denmark again and live there. I don't see any reason for doing that. But something like Spain, for example, is very appealing to me in terms of, living out the rest of my life, or what you would say. Living in Spain right now would not serve me the purpose, and I would not be able to achieve the same than what I would be able to achieve living in Dubai. And that's something you have to take into consideration when you move here. I know a few people who's lived here their entire lives, and they only have like 5 friends from when they were kids that still lives in Dubai, even though they went to school and kindergarten here and spent 20+ years here. Is that like everyone leaves at a certain point. That's just the nature of Dubai, because people do come with an end date and they come with some sort of goal they want to achieve, and then they just get out. Because yeah, as I said, like the vibe you get in Dubai is just not the same as the one you're getting in your home country. Like it's very, very different. Like, you can definitely feel like it's geared towards people who want to achieve something. And especially like just if you're from the Western end of the world, like it's just very different, and it does take some getting used to, and that's how it is. I feel like it's great to live here, but it is also something that I know there is an end date for. It might be 3 years, it might be in 5 years, it might be in 10 years, but I do know, like, when I decide to, have a family or whatever, I'm not gonna be living here. At least that's a plan for now. I couldn't see myself live here the rest of my life. That will probably be somewhere in Europe or in some place outside of Dubai. But also, like, if you're getting discouraged maybe seeing all these things online regarding people, posting all these flashy stuff and things like that, maybe you saw one of my previous videos where I talked about, having a lot of money saved up to move to Dubai because it can become quite expensive and you're an employee and maybe you can't save up 50 to 100K to move here. Like, that doesn't apply to you. If you're an employee looking to move to Dubai, that's actually very cheap. And so if you're a driven individual that wants to just have a career, but you want to have a career where you're in a place where the government have a very, very clear vision for what they want to achieve, and you like Dubai, like, by all means you can move here. Because when you're an employee looking to move here, like, your company will pay for everything. They will pay for the apartment in some cases, or you get some sort of extra salary to actually rent an apartment. They pay for your visa, they pay for a plane ticket, like, they pay for everything to get you set up here. So if you're an employee, it's practically free to move here. That's what I've understood from talking to a few people who's moved here and just, gotten a normal job. People working in restaurants, in the service industry in general, teachers. So if you just want to have a career and you want to save up more money or have larger spending power than what you're used to in your own country, by all means, you can just move to Dubai. Like find a job and they will pay for everything. That's like the norm here. That's the custom. But I do strongly believe that regardless of if you're a business owner or if you're an employee looking to have a career, you should not move to Dubai if you're not here with a clear-cut goal of bettering yourself in some capacity. And usually that's financially, because that you can measure and you can see the progression very, very clearly, right? Like, is your salary increasing? Is your profit? Is your revenue increasing? Is your bank account growing every single month, right? And then have some sort of goal for what you want to achieve. And then I think after you've lived here for a couple months, you'll quite quickly see like, okay, you can't live in Dubai forever. Most people can't, at least, because it's just not how it's set up. I think it's very much set up for people coming to achieve something. Like, you want to come to Dubai and conquer. That's it. You want to conquer and then you want to move on. Then you can go back home and you can be a completely different person, a much better person than what you were when you actually got here. But you should not come here if you just want to, live. Like, I don't believe that wholeheartedly. If you don't have a clear-cut vision, then you should move here. But yeah, that pretty much sums up today's video, because I do know a couple people asked about, how is life in Dubai and should I move here? And people have a lot of different doubts. I think as long as A, you can afford it, which is, it's not super expensive, and B, you have a vision of becoming a better person, then I think you should. Because I don't think I earned enough money personally before I moved here. Like, I could have probably waited another 6 to 12 months and still grown my company back home, maybe not at such a fast rate. But that's why I moved here specifically, is because I wanted that challenge and I wanted to put myself in an environment where I was forced to push myself to grow at a much faster rate than what I would have done somewhere else. And I think as long as you have that clear intention, then you should be all good. Like, then I think Dubai is the perfect place for you to be at. But yeah, that sums up today's video. I hope you found some real value from it. If you end up liking it, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I would massively appreciate that. And if you have any questions, just drop them down below and I will be happy to answer. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.